Hey guys, this is Lisa from This Pilgrim Life. Welcome to my channel. I am going to give you a tour of our home. I decorated for fall yesterday, and I'm going to show you what I ended up with and just give you a general overview of all of our fall decor. I love decorating seasonally. I love decorating for fall. So I'm going to show you what I've got and what I did. Alright, so we just got back from the park and it is crazy hot and humid outside, but I am more than ready to start decorating for fall. I went to Hobby Lobby the other day and picked up a few things from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to be pulling out. I have a wipe in my hand right now so that I can clean my chalkboard right there, but I always like to get a few new things, but I also always have a stash of vases and candles and frames and wreaths and things like that that I keep and I rotate through the year. So I love changing our decorations up seasonally, and this shelf is new. I've only had it for a few months, so I've never decorated that, so that's fun. But I love the challenge of coming up with a new way to decorate, and I'm going to show you what I end up doing here, and then also what I end up doing on my mantle, and then maybe a couple other areas where I decorate for fall. And I'll show you my stash, and hopefully you can get a little bit of inspiration how to repurpose some things. And a lot of what I have in my decorating stash is from Goodwill or homemade. So I hope you get some ideas on new decorating tips. I am definitely not a professional decorator, but I do love for my home to feel cozy, and I really enjoy decorating and trying to decorate on a budget. So let's just get started. Is down off of my mantle, and I'm going to go ahead and pull everything out of storage that is kind of fall related, and we'll see what I think works and what I end up doing this year. We have a very large unfinished basement, and this is where I keep most of my extra frames and things like that that I switch out through the year. So I have this big window frame that's one of my favorite things to decorate with. We found that just at an antique store, and then I have let's see if I can do it. And then I've got this clock that I made. It's just a wrought iron clock, and I had a friend drill through the middle of it, and he put the clock attachment in. And then just some other things that I rotate. Usually this sign comes up around Christmas time. And then these are signs that I made last Christmas. Just joy to the world. My husband cut the pieces of wood down, and then I just painted them. And these went on my mantle last year. So this is something that I did for spring one year. And then just some other little frames and things. So I don't know. I might bring these lights up. These are fun little lights. Okay, so this is my hall closet, and I keep bigger pieces downstairs, but up here I keep extra lights and vases and flowers and frames and chalkboards and things like that. So I have tried to pare it down, and for the most part I use everything in here at some point during the year. I really like this chalkboard here. Chalkboards are something that I use. Chalkboards are something that I use often. Yeah. What do you need?
Yes.
Yeah, you see that?
Yeah. Hi, buddy.
So I am just going to pull out a few things that I think that I might want to use on the mantle and then in the rest of the house. Alright, so here is everything that I grabbed from my closet and from my basement. All of this is new from Hobby Lobby, but I already had this little wreath right here. There is a stash of chalkboards, and I have a yarn wreath right there, some driftwood that we found, and the lights that I showed you, and then some vases and mirrors and things like that. And then I also have here, I almost forgot about it, but this box is my fall decor that I have saved over the years. So in here I have some watercolor paintings that I've done, and I've hung those up before. I'm not sure if I'm going to use them this year or not. And then some pine cones, some dried fruit, another wreath, some pumpkins, and fall candles. Uh-oh, this pumpkin broke. I could probably still use it on the front though. And then some things like these guys, and I'll put a link below to my fall mantle from last year so you can see it on the blog. And then also in that same post I shared a really simple way to display photos, and so you can find that linked below. But I am going to get started and see what I can do up here. Okay, so here is the kitchen before. I have just a little bit of decoration on top of the fridge, not a lot. Nothing really right now on the windowsill, so I'll probably put a few things there. And then this area where my toddler is, I always decorate this. Around Christmas time, I'll put up some white lights, and it looks really nice and cozy. So I'm gonna throw up some fall decorations and make my kitchen a little bit cozier for the fall. From my first video, my home tour, I'll link that below if you haven't seen it. I kind of share a little bit of how I have everything organized, but we have these two long rooms, and so I tried to keep decorations pretty simple. I found this, it's kind of like a a light aqua seafoam color, this pumpkin at the farmer's market this morning. So that's the only thing on the table. And the man actually said that that pumpkin was great for cooking. So that may end up on our table in another way. And then on my shelf up here, this is my dining room. I have this pumpkin. It still has the tag on it. I bought it last week from Hobby Lobby. And then this mirror I've had for a while, and I just got that at the dollar spot. And then this gather sign I got from Hobby Lobby. The maroon vase is something I found at the thrift store a while ago. And the yellow, the golden pom-poms are also new from Hobby Lobby. So that takes care of all of the fall decorations in my dining room. Now in the kitchen, I have this open shelf area, and I love decorating this area and changing it up. So just apples and pumpkins and just keeping things pretty simple in here as well. This is a watercolor painting I did a couple of years ago. I did a trio of fall paintings, but I'm only hanging this one up right now. But I just made a really rustic frame and glued the paper to the back of it. And usually it hangs on this little piece of twine, but I'm just hanging it with the stick, and that kind of fits the space pretty well. And then over here on my windowsill, I just have a few simple things. This Let's Stay Home sign I got in the Target dollar spot maybe a year or two ago. And this little Find the Magic in the Moment. There's a whole story behind that particular piece of embroidery, but I have a post about that on the blog, as well as just how to do really simple embroidery like that. This is my broken pumpkin, but you can't tell that it's broken. I'll get around to gluing it at some point, but right now I just have it kind of pieced together there, and you can't tell. Some candles, and then I redid the top of the fridge. Oh, this camera is not supposed to be up there. I redid the top of the fridge, so there is a ceramic pumpkin, and I changed out the vase that had the greenery in it. Moving right along into our living room, I put this golden table runner down. I picked up these other little white pumpkins from the farmer's market this morning. The candle is from Target, and it's Joanna Gaines' Hearth and Home line. And I've got that sign that's kind of a little bit newer, but it's from Hobby Lobby, and it was on my mantle, but I moved it down here. Driftwood from the beach, and then some more greenery, and this is newer from Hobby Lobby, and I switched out that vase. So that vase was on top of the fridge, but with a much lighter piece of greenery, so I switched that out and I'm using that here. Okay, so the last thing is just my mantle. This big sign was up there before, and that's a newer purchase from Hobby Lobby. I feel like I'm saying Hobby Lobby a lot, but I'm just going to say it even more. It's one of my favorite places to get decor. So here is the mantle as a whole. And then I'll just kind of show you each little piece what I did. So this metal little pitcher was something that I already had from IKEA, but both of these things are new. Hobby Lobby, when I went, had a 50% off on all of their floral, so I got a few different things. This is a plastic pumpkin, so I've been using this for a few years now, and a little ceramic squirrel. This easel, you can see it's not the cleanest, but it's from an art party that we gave one of my kids, and so it's working right now to hold up this chalkboard. And it just says, "I'm so glad I live in a world where there are Octobers," from Anne of Green Gables. And then I just have this little cake stand with, again, some more fake pumpkins. So I like having a mix of new and fake because I can use them again and again. Now the last thing is just this wreath right here. So I already had the stick wreath, and I've repurposed it a few different ways. But right now I grabbed some cotton stems from Hobby Lobby. So there's just 3 stems, and I didn't cut anything. I just tucked them under this right here. I tucked them under the thickest part and then just kind of wrapped the extra around the back. And these little fruit pieces over here I've had for a really long time, since my oldest was a toddler, and you can actually see he left bite marks in it, if I can find it. So there's his bite marks when he was a kid. He bit my plastic fruit. So just love being able to repurpose things over the years. And then the last thing, just these little lights. So I'll link to these down below, but they're nice. They're not too cool. I like that they're a warmer color, and they're kind of copper, and add just a nice little design element. Has this little battery box right here, so I just turn it off at night. So that's it. That is our home for fall.
What do you say, Mommy?
I will add links to anything that I can in the video description below, and then also I will add a link to my blog post last year, and you can see what our house looked like last year with our fall decor. Alright guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed our home tour and all of our fall decorations. I hope it gave you a little bit of inspiration and gave you some ideas of how you can repurpose some of your fall decor as well. And if you did enjoy this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you're not already, I would love to have you join me here. So click subscribe, hit the bell button so that you see when I put out new videos. And in the comment section below, I would love to hear from you guys as well. So let me know, what are your favorite ways to decorate for fall? What are your favorite decorations, and how you repurpose your decorations year after year as well. So that's it. I will catch you guys later. Have a great day.